Yo,
What's going on, Matt?
Bobby, how are you?
I'm
Having an,
fantastic.
having
Happy
an
Veterans.
having an exciting trend day Wednesday where there's really not a lot of trading going
Right on. Matt, I'm the trend guy. Matt's not the trend guy.
on. Well, it's just, but we're in
I'm
the
more
trend,
trendy than Matt, too. Let me just say that.
you know.
Matt is more like a magician as his head keeps disappearing with the hat. It is actually awesome.
Should I take off the green hat?
That's all right. Your head can disappear. We're equal because my head can disappear too. You know, and then it's the Gemini man coming to you, giving you prognostications about the market. Hold on. Enough of that noise. Matt, before we talk your markets, I just want to go over a few things that I saw in the headlines, and for sure, the price of Bitcoin is, whoa.
It's scratchy.
I just had a total glitch here. You ever have a total glitch where everything goes black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's like living in Joe Biden's world. Total
Let's
glitch.
talk about the fundamental.
Yeah.
The fundamental. So China drafting a law, and I think everybody knew this was coming, right?
Yeah.
Legalize digital yuan and outlaw competitors. Very interesting, though, because I've seen some other headlines talking about Chinese banks holding large amounts of Bitcoin in particular. For sure, some of the leaders in the space on the exchange side are out of China, and so for me, it's like what is the you can own digital currencies other than the yuan if you're part of the Chinese Communist Party. Like, how is this all going to work out? Because before I get your views,
or they could take over your digital currency and convert it to whatever they think it is. That's more likely what they will do. That will force upon them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about it. And then when I saw this, and of course the election is still not settled for sure. Let's also say that.
Yep.
But Biden confirming a savvy Gary Gensler, lead financial policy. He was the head of the CFTC. Again, I don't think these people are looking for, and I'm saying that the Trump administration too, nobody is looking for a disruption in control of money. I will say this, I saw a consensus interview with the St. Louis Fed probably 3 years ago now, and he actually said that the U.S. has never been opposed to various forms of money pre the Federal Reserve Act.
Right.
That being said, we shall see how it goes forward. And no, wrong one. Come on. Again here, Cynthia Lummis wins U.S. Senate seat, a Bitcoin, a digital and blockchain advocate for a while now. So there's a lot of stuff in this space churning around the fundamental side.
Well, listen, fundamentally, it's pretty simple. Every government, including the United States, is bankrupt. And really, that's what COVID is about. It's about this problem that these countries have in their underfunded pensions. And digital currencies is a way for governments to reset their effed monetary and their effed fiscal policies from the past. I mean, look at Europe. They went negative interest rates back in 2014, 6 years ago. How's that helped out Europe? People are burying money in their mattresses, and it's U.S. dollars, by the way.
Right.
Which is, and I bring this up to say we can talk crypto all day and how bullish they look, but I'm bullish still the U.S. dollar, the opposite side of this trade right now, because everybody is on board short the dollar still. They think we're running, and the dollar will crumble, but not until everybody's on board on the long side, and that's coming.
All right. Yeah, I mean, again, we all can talk fundamentals all we want, but me and you have contend, all you can really do is just trade the chart, right? And so I just find it interesting with the price action and with the news headlines, and nobody likes to disrupt the apple cart. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing that I can say about the whole Trump phenomena. Trump, he's a symptom. He's a symptom of the situation that was going on in Washington.
Yes.
And he disrupted the fuck out of the apple cart. Like,
yes.
He tipped it over and dragged it down the street and made applesauce and put it on his, let's face it, that's what happened. And,
yes.
and you can't say that that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, go to the character issue. That's all I hear is the character issue. Like, he has got the worst bedside manner of any doctor that's ever lived. And I'll give you that.
And there's many surgeons that way too. And I don't want to talk to them, but I want them to operate on me.
And again, so maybe he wasn't the right guy to tip the apple cart, but he for sure is the guy that did. Right. And I see the same thing happening here in the digital blockchain space. And we talked about this last week. Like, it's been proven that you can run elections pretty bulletproof on a blockchain.
Right.
Like, why is there the blockchain doesn't have a glitch. It can't have a glitch.
No, there's definitely technology out there that would allow us to, say you've got a social security number, you pay taxes, therefore, log in via this anonymous, like you said, cryptography site and place your, as long as you've issued your taxes for the year, you can vote, good.
Right on.
2 for 1 in that, right? You make sure that the treasury is getting paid and you make sure that, the votes are being laid. So there you go.
Well, very, very interesting times that we are living through, Matt. And you know Indeed. What the Chinese say about interesting times?
Yes. What do they say?
They say you don't want to live through them.
So
you'd rather, it's better to live through very boring times, like where you just go have a nice time in this boring time.
Couple things.
Anyway, one more I want to talk about, and then we'll talk price discovery, because I think this is going to go to your dollar play. And this is from Jerry and Timmer from Fidelity. And we've talked about the commodity boom that is already starting. I mean, he's saying across all commodities, the super cycle is prime, but hasn't turned yet. I'm going to say I think it has. And perhaps the catalyst of inflation is what yet needs to happen to usher in this new commodity boom. Me and you have talked, especially around agricultural products, how I'm interested in your opinion. I mean, he's saying that you need inflation for there to be a commodity boom. And I think inflation, he's talking about monetary.
A comedy boom or a commodity boom?
A comedy boom. We certainly don't have that, man.
We need a commodity boom right now.
We need a commodity boom, and we need
the shorts have been pushing on commodities here for the last 10 months. I'm over it. Let's get some. On the comedy. The shorts have been selling comedy. We need to be long comedy.
Right. We need a comedy boom, and but yeah, I mean, I saw this and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, you look at the grain prices; they're through the roof. You look at meat prices are trying to claw their way back. In fact, cattle is looking to break out.
Yeah.
The energy sector, of course, has been beat up to no return here, but is actually showing some legs.
Huge moves yesterday. Yep.
So
yeah, let's talk about here. Let's throw that out. I was going to talk about this yesterday, but we kind of ran out of time in our episode. But take a look. Beans yesterday made a new high. And they've sold off here a little bit. They ran up to 1161, and we're trading 1149-ish or so right now. Oil, and this is a multi period high, by the way, that we saw yesterday in beans. And corn and wheat are lagging. So if you're looking for one to kind of follow along that cycle, don't chase beans maybe right now. Maybe wait for a pullback. But maybe corn's still below its highs, and wheat is also still below its highs. But the beans are breaking out, no doubt about it, and I think you need to pay attention to that. Oil yesterday also traded to a new high over the last few months, and again, not breaking out over that 43.80, but this is a big run. I mean, I'm trying to bring in a shorter-term chart just so you can see this, but 33.61 was our low here just about not even 2 weeks ago. So it's gone from 33.61. And we peaked out here at 43 yesterday. So this is This is on fire right now. I don't know. By the way, let me give you a couple 2 cents on crude. Whenever I see crude running like this, especially when there's nothing going on in the world, it makes me wonder: is there some skirmish about to break out too? That's a big move. 33 to 43, Bob. I mean, that's $10, which is about a 30% move in 2 weeks. That's significant, right? So, FYI. My thoughts.
Yeah. Now, let me just ask you a question here. When you see it consolidating above that big meat of
bullish
that profile, bullish. That's bullish. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Again, any pullbacks down to 39, I'm a buyer, and really you got even down to 38.50. So any pullbacks that you can see in here, 38.50 to 39.50 would be the area I'd be looking to put it back on right now. And then this is just a 1 month chart, so we're not looking at a really long time frame. But you look on the longer time frames, like the 89-minute. Again, it's gotten pretty extended, but it's showing the same things, right? 39, 39 is the meat, 38 to 30 to 40. So we're trading right around 42. You get a $2 pullback, you want to probably be picking up. This is a bullish looking profile for sure right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let me jump back to cryptos just for 1 second.
Yep.
And I just wanted to point out the cross here, Bitcoin Ether. Again, on the board, Bitcoin absolutely smearing the field. Again, total dominance. The only one really putting up a fight is Ether. As I bring this up here, you can see this is my Bitcoin crosses here. And the whole 15 of them, or 20 of them, are bleeding red against Bitcoin. Ether being the only one up. But still, look at this weekly chart. It's still in low momentum on the weekly. That level coming in at 0304. So again, everybody, preaching about how these other coins are going to make them so much money. Please pay attention to the chart. And if you're being dominated, don't hold it. I mean, it's pretty simple to me. So yeah, I'm hearing there's more stories about Ether. I love this one, Matt, because they throw this out like the what happened before should happen again, or it doesn't make sense where we are. Right. So last time Bitcoin was trading 18,000, Ether was at $1,200, right? And so, well, it should go back there. Well, why should it go back there? And
right. It
might go back there, but
because people don't like change, Bob. People don't like to disrupt what they saw, so they assimilate what happened last time. Same thing happened in the election. People that were new to the markets in 2016 when the future shot up 300 on election night last time, they're like, oh, I can't wait. It's going to do that again. I'm like, why? The volatility we talked about this the week before the election. Volatility had spiked to 40. I said, sell it. It's going to collapse. And sure enough, we went from 40 down to 26, on the VIX. So volatility evaporated just like that because everybody, again, and the VIX is back, by the way, today. Look at this. Let me show you the chart here on this one, Bobby, because it's pretty astounding. Like, the VIX collapsed. It absolutely collapsed. And we talked about this. You wanted a fat trade? It's right here, 41.25. We talked about it again right before the election at the end of October, and we've collapsed down to 22.88. I mean, volatility gone. But we're again bigger picture. We're just back to the range, right? We're back to and again, and 20 keeps holding. So that tells me that there's going to be some more chaos coming in the time. Now you got to flip your hat, Bob. You got to flip your hat.
Your head's going to that's nice. Nice look.
You have to flip your hat and go with the other way. I think this is actually time to be buying volatility. Okay. So not selling it. You missed the trade already from 2 weeks ago, and now's the time to start nibbling on it. And as long as we hold 20 here, which we've held, by the way, since COVID broke out. So this trend is long and it's basing again here. And 20 to 40 is kind of our playground. And until we break out of that, we're not going anywhere different. But when we do, if we go above 40 again, we'll go back up and probably test 60 at least, which is up in this area, which was the lower end before we break down. Shoot, if we have shutdowns again, Bob, if we have any of that noise going on, this thing will spike in a heartbeat. if we have an election that is finally decided, volatility will spike regardless of the outcome, because then unknown is there. So whether Trump wins or whether Biden wins, that also will cause a spike, because right now we don't know.
Yeah, I just on the whole shutdown thing, I just saw a video out of Italy where massive protests on the lockdowns that are going on there, and the police, and I'm not sure if they had National Guard or what out, and the police and the National Guard took off their helmets and their riot gear.
Which is the way that revolutions begin, is the police stop backing the government, by the way. Study your history, people. If you think that, the king's guards, that once they flip and they decide not to protect the king, okay, it's full on revolution. And I think we're getting close to that. Obviously Europe, and we've talked about this, I think Europe will be first for this to happen. Let's talk a little bit about interest rates. I brought up a chart real quick on that.
Yeah, for sure, because that's that for sure is the indicator of inflation.
So interest rates, by the way, this is a 610-minute bar chart. So you're looking at a little over a year on this look, and we're pressing. We've actually made new highs in interest rates, and the bonds are getting schmeezed, right? They've been going down. So the bonds are betting, that interest rates are going higher right now. And you can see we're coming right to this pocket in this hole. We can move pretty quickly from 170 down to 166, and then further some support still in the profile down here to 163, which, we made a low back here in March of 167. So that was the high of the interest rate move at that point. If that gets tested and we go through that 167, Bob, again, dollar's going to be stronger. Probably
fractal out on that, and give me a longer term point of control. I know the bonds have been on the moon.
Yep, they have been on the moon, but we're still well above. I mean, point of control on a weekly going back, this is 15 years, is 112.
Wow.
So
what's the high value there?
We've been way out of value, and the point of control is right here about 143, even on that same timeline. So
right,
we got the upside has been, as you said, astronomical. Really, from the low here in the 18s, we went from 138 all the way up here to 191. It was insane, just parabolic. And again, that is the effect of the Keynesian economic loose money policies that the world, not only the United States but the world, has been in. But interest rates, I think, even without the Fed getting in the middle, can still go up, and people don't realize that. Just because the Fed says they don't want to raise rates, and they may not forever, the market can say, you know what, we do want rates to go up, and therefore, we're willing to pay more for a bigger return, and the markets, will speak to that. And I think the markets still, Bob, will drive the Fed's hand over the long run and need to go up. I mean, interest rates have to go up to provide some type of balance to where we are right now.
I agree. I agree. All right, Matt. Awesome stuff as usual. Please visit marketvitals.io. Join the community. We are just starting the community, and we are looking to join with fellow traders, looking for mutual accountability and no algo in between our connectivity. That's just like the trading pit. Anyway, please reach out.